was hoping to take his commitment to Israel even further by volunteering for its military.
This guy here, he wants to join the IDF. Can you imagine such a thing?
Is that allowed?
No. He's just touring, but he has a spirit with Israel.
You want to join the IDF?
Yep, sure.
Why?
They're the chosen people, you know?
Who?
The Jews.
Yeah.
The Jewish people are the chosen people.
You've always believed that based on the Bible?
Not always. It's kind of something I'm coming into.
Yeah.
Just with the revelation you get being here. It's good stuff.
This is the Mount Blessing winery, and here we have now the 2010 vintage.
That's the whole grape is in there, the skin and everything?
Skin, seed, everything. And here you see the grapes are now in fermentation.
Can I do that, what you just did?
No, you can't.
Why?
Because it's kosher. It's kosher wine. And kosher wine only...
That's quite rude, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, because I'm unclean.
No, it's not because of that. It's because...
I'm not ceremonially...
Yes, I'm not allowed to drink your wine.
But then what about those guys, those Christians? They're not kosher, are they?
They're allowed to bring, you saw like today, they bring in the grapes from the vineyard until the factory room of the winery. They're not allowed inside.
Do they mind?
No, they want to serve us.
Do you find it a bit strange that they want to, that the Americans...
To serve?
Want to come and serve you?
It was for me strange at the beginning, but I can understand it. Through this, they are redeeming themselves.
For them, it's deeply spiritual, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think they also understand that it's political?
Less. They don't come on the political side.
The experience of meeting Nir's Christian volunteers had brought home to me the strange status of the West Bank. Claimed by 3 major religions, it was sacred territory, in its own way a piece of the Bible, that several million people happen to live on. With a few days left in country, I was heading back south to see Daniel, this time at his home. Unlike the Jewish pioneers of East Jerusalem, Daniel lived away from the front lines of the conflict, though still in the West Bank, in the settlement of Ma'ale Adumim.
Welcome to Ma'ale Adumim.
Thank you.
To the...
This is your humble abode?
Well, modest, humble, call what you like.
Have you lived here for a while?
I have lived here in Ma'ale Adumim since we came to live in Israel.
Is there supposed to be growth there?
Yes, that's the extension of Ma'ale Adumim.
Where? It just looks like a barren hillside.
That's what this looked like until 10 years ago. 10 years
How did
ago...
they get water here? Where does the water come from?
The underground aquifers from the Kinnerets, the whole country. It's magnificent. The deserts have bloomed. This is a miracle. I mean, how you look at it, this is a miracle. 10 years ago, this looked like that. This is Chamis. Chamis has helped me build a pergola where there's going to be the tabernacle, the sukkah here.
This is for the Feast of the Tabernacle.
Indeed it is.
Which is coming up in a little while. These 2 guys look like they're of Arab heritage, and
the Israeli citizens...
They're working here in an illegal settlement. That's quite surprising.
Well, not really, because most builders in all these places are Arabs.
In a sense, they're building themselves out of existence.
I'm not sure they see it that way. He lives comfortably in his house in a neighbourhood where there's Arabs, but he also knows that life is good under the Jews.
Do you ever have political conversations?
Never.
Why?
It never comes up.
A little later, we were heading back into Silwan. Daniel had offered to show me one last house in the Yemenite village, as he called it. Since my previous visit, there'd been reports of heightened tensions. Daniel and I travelled in as part of a protected settler convoy. Its unpopularity was soon made clear.
Whoa! That hit us.
Jeez.
That was a rock.
That was a rock. 2 minutes away from the old city.
Whoa!
Well, life in the Yemenite village.
These sounded like big ones.
That was a big boulder. So this is the old Yemenite village. This is the honey house, as you can see from here. Here.
Yes.
You can see the Arabs purposely, they dump rubbish here the whole time. This is a private residence, and not only has it been attacked by Molotov cocktails non-stop after the last few months, but rubbish is purposely dumped right at the entrance to the house. Hi, Shalom, זה דניאל מהטרת קונים. בועז בבית או שירה? It's not normal what's going on here. Not normal.
Hi, are you Boaz?
Yes.
Louis.
No.
Nice to meet you.
He speaks no Hebrew, he doesn't speak
No English.
Yes, no.
You got two scary-looking guys standing behind you in flak jackets and dark glasses.
I don't know how scary they are. They're not scary.
Now they're taking the glasses
The government, this is not private security, the government pays, just like the government looks after the residents around here with policemen, the government also looks after the Jews that are under fire, unfortunately, by the Arabs around here.
How do you get on with your neighbours?
זה מאוד משתנה, זה לפעמים מתוח, לפעמים שקט.
I mean, I haven't been inside your home, but this doesn't seem that great.
בגלל זה אנחנו פה, מנסים לשנות.
That's why we're here, we're trying to make a change.
Would you get a very favourable rent, given that he's sort of a pioneer in a hardship area?
There's a standard rent for people that live in this area.
How much?
We don't discuss anything to do with money, investments, donations, rents, etc. That's not a reason that drives anyone to live in these places. What drives him is ideology. They're throwing stones, they're running off. It's not at you, it's not the BBC, it's Jews around here. So kids play games. Unfortunately, games, it starts off with a small stone, then it's a concrete block, then it's a Molotov cocktail, and then it's shooting.
Shortly after the stone throwing, the border police appeared on the scene.
So if there's an incident, even though that was pretty minor, the security will call the army in? Or the
It's not the army, it's the border patrol police.
And they'll come in and just...
And make sure everything's quiet, that there's no rioting, it's not straightforward living. I'm not going to pretend for a second